Victor Martin. I'm from the VIP team. It's another paranormal discussion. We're at Tim's house, and he's got 2 dogs, so this is how we're going to do it. Tim's an ordained minister. He's going to come over. Welcome to the.
Thank you.
Welcome to the session. So we'll start off, Tim. Why do you do paranormal?
Why paranormal? Because ever since I was a child, I've been able to sense something.
And why do you become an ordained minister then?
That's the reason.
And how does that help you out with the paranormal?
It helped me realize that there's more than just living on earth and then you're on.
That's true. What made you had your own website, your own Facebook page, right?
No, I never had a Facebook page.
Well,
Yeah, I had Facebook, yeah.
and then you joined our team. Why did you decide to join our team?
Because I watched some of your videos. You seem very sincere.
And why,
My group, iffy in order to going places.
yeah,
They'd rather read about it than actually partake in it.
so they're a little nervous about investigation.
Actually getting spooked.
And our team isn't nervous at all. We go right on scenes.
I'm not either. I always make sure before going into the place that we have to go that I do blessing from St. Michael, blessing the whole group, so that nobody gets attached. And when we leave, I do the same thing, so it stays where it's at.
Yeah, that's good then. We do the same thing too, but we use stones.
And if necessary, I'll bless a house or I'll help lead them into the light. A lot of people are just lost, or they don't know they're dead.
That's true. And that's the part where we like the best, so we can help them.
Right. There are also some, if they had very quick death.
Yeah.
You know,
Sudden death.
fatal car accident, or somebody came up behind them and
Kill
killed
them.
them, or shot them. You know, they didn't realize it. They don't know they're dead, so they have to be told that they're no longer living.
That's true.
And there are also some that have unfinished business that are willing to communicate, but nobody can hear them. So we have the equipment so that they can voice what they have to say.
And we try to help them as best we can.
And usually, it's very easy to pass them on. There are those that are there for nefarious reasons.
And some are there for protection.
Yeah.
And some of the ones that are unfinished business done.
And some are very nefarious. Some are. So that's why I carry my exorcism book with me, so that if there's something that's really evil, I can keep it away.
Yeah, that's what our song says too. Keep anything unwelcome away from us. Yes, we do live showings in people's homes. If there's animals there, it doesn't bother us. It proves that it's live and we're comfortable around people and they're comfortable around us, and we'll do it. Tim's just joined our team, and he's going to be going on one of our first adventures, so you better watch the YouTube channel and our website to make sure you don't miss out on anything special. We don't know what kind of powers or gifts Tim has when we go on an investigation, so we'll all find out when we get one.
Well, what I am is I am an empath. I'm not a psychic. I can sense good, bad, happy, sad. And a lot of times, I mistakenly pick it up from a member of the group.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. So I can pick up if something's wrong with them. But
How many investigations have you gone on that you didn't like?
2
2?
in 10 years.
And do you want to explain which one? You don't have to give the address or anything.
Okay, well, I went to one house, they called me up and they said they were hearing noises and footsteps. And so they asked me to come and bless their house. So I came, and first what I did is I go through the house and see if there's natural reasons for the sounds they were hearing. Be it pipes clanging together, rodents in the attic, you know, something with the furnace clicking, loose floorboards. I always check for that first. Before I pull out my equipment, I check for something natural. If I cannot find a natural reason, then I bring out the equipment and start an investigation. So I did investigation. I got a lot of chatter.
That's good.
Didn't see anything, but I recorded the chatter. And so I did a blessing. The house suddenly just felt good. So I left. 2 weeks later, they called me back. And it was worse. So whatever it was killed big time. So I did once again, go sing in the house, trying to lead it, go and start from the top, each room, try to lead it out right out the front door. 2 weeks later, exactly, 2 weeks later, this time worse, things were moving around.
You ever check the time and dates when they got worse?
Yeah,
It's always the same time?
always 2 weeks.
Same time though?
Well, no, but
Different
with them,
time?
they say it happens all the time.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's no set time that these things happen. So I went last time, and I actually had to exorcise the house. And they seemed happy, the house felt good, the house even smelled like roses.
That's nice.
And I left, and I've never been called back.
Oh, that's good. Any places that you enjoy going to, that you like to go back all the time?
I like St.
Don't say the
Boniface,
house.
St. Boniface Cathedral Cemetery.
Yeah, I like that too.
I went up, there's the big monument with the gray nuns, with all the names of the nuns that died,
Mm-hmm.
and I had my recorder on, and I was reading off the names, and I got to one name, and all of a sudden on the recorder it went, "I'm here." That's all it said.
We should go there sometime.
Yeah, and also then there's a bench, and across from the bench is a grave of a child. And I was sitting there and I had my, the stick figure,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I was just aiming at it, all of a sudden you see, little bit, about that high. And running around, running around, yeah. So the little girl was playing around her own grave.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. But then as we were walking, I was filming, and you could see this mist, and it went, jump. As I was walking, it was jumping from grave to grave following me.
Oh.
So I took pictures, and I got 2 pictures of shadow people. One had no legs,
Well, that's kind of strange.
like it was the body of a person. You can tell the head, the shoulders, the arms, the body, and then it was nothing.
Or was it standing like, or
Huh?
was it kind of like sitting on a stone or
No, it
standing?
was standing.
With no legs.
And there were, from the knees down, there was nothing.
I wonder if he was a war vet or something.
I don't know. And then I caught another one outside the mausoleum.
Or that one.
It's in the cemetery, it's standing there. And this one was full, and somebody said, "Well, that's your shadow." I went, "What?" Look, so I increased, once I had it downloaded, my computer has a 40-inch monitor.
Oh.
So we're near checking things, you can
Yeah.
check things. And so I told him, "Here, watch, look at this." And so I brought it up, and there's the building, and on the side of the building, you could see the head, the shoulders, so they go, "Well, that's your shadow." I went, "Yeah, but look past," and you could see black shadow past the building, continuing. I went, "My shadow couldn't do that."
No, not unless you moved yourself.
I've got, on my phone, even right now, I've got a picture of a cemetery, and very vaguely you can see the outline of a female.
Really?
Yeah.
She sent that to me, I'll put on YouTube. Let people look at that.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, so if you want to be one of our guest speakers on paranormal discussion and talk about your experience with the paranormal world, we're more than happy to come to your house. We don't care if we have dogs, cats, we'll do it with the animals there.
usually
famous.
animals can sense.
This dog's gonna be famous on YouTube now.
The animals can sense.
Yeah,
A lot
especially
of
cats.
times, this one, right here, will sit on the edge of the cup and just, ears perked, staring at the empty hole. Well, the woman that lived here before, she lived in this house for 50 years. She died in the dining room, because that was her bedroom.
Yeah.
And her children lived upstairs.
Oops.
And they went away for a weekend. When they came home, she was dead. And I got a picture of her standing outside the house. And I've also got pictures inside this house of shadow people. And it's one where the poor dog, look of terror. I'll send you those pictures. Look of terror in his eyes. And all you see is it's black, you know, like a black cloud, you know, right here at the dog.
Yeah.
But most of the time, inside this house, at the beginning, I've lived here 22 years now. At the beginning, it was playful. Like, you know, went to bed, put my wallet on the end table, woke up, it's gone.
Some people experience that
I
now.
tear the house apart looking for it, can't find it, so I go get a new health card, I get a new ID, everything, bank card, out all day. Come back home, go downstairs, and the wallet's sitting on the table.
You have a joker in here though.
I said, that is not funny.
But
And I have seen one tall, dark, looked like a cloak, shadow person standing at the foot of my bed.
like a clergyman.
Yeah, standing at the foot of my bed.
Sometimes that people say that's the angel of death.
Well, I'm too young for that.
No, but I've experienced that with a little girl.
It's also, it could be, like I said, because of the way it looked like a monk with the
Yeah,
hood. It could be the fact that he's just watching over me.
I'm making sure the last person was there, passed through.
Yeah.
Making sure you're not interfering with it. Could be
Well,
a-
she won't leave, she won't leave. This was her house for
Yeah.
50 years.
I don't blame her.
And funny things that happen in this house, like most of the stuff is amusing. It's like the next door neighbors were children that played with her children.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all in their 50s now. And they said this woman loved Christmas, just loved Christmas, baking, the whole thing. Well, the picture I got of her outside the house was when I was going to take the picture of my Christmas lights. Then I came inside, finished decorating the inside. I had, you know, the little mechanical Santa dance. Well, it didn't have any batteries in it. I hadn't done the batteries yet. I just put it in its place. And as soon as there, I went, that looks good. And as soon as I said that, Mrs. Claus started dancing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Battery operated?
battery operated, no batteries in it.
I wish they had that on video.
Must be too, but it just happened like that.
Yeah. Some things you can't catch on video, it just happens. And the experience alone will make you happy.
I find churches, a lot of churches, I guess maybe because there's so many funerals in churches.
Yeah.
Or something tragic happened, but I find churches are really, most of the time you will find something in the churches.
I've never found anything in a church. Cemeteries I have, but not churches. I guess they don't like being in church.
Well, the Hangman's Church, if you go up in the bell tower, a lot of times you can get, if you have the right camera, because somebody hung themselves in the bell tower. That's why it's called the Hangman's
Yeah.
Church. St. Adolphe, I think it is.
I don't know. I've never been there, so we'll have to look it up. That was on my field day.
But I go to people's houses. I have found sometimes things, sometimes I didn't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like the ones on the TV shows, so much of it is fake.
Yep.
And it's like every time they go to a place, they're going to find a ghost. Well, that doesn't work that way.
You can't find a ghost.
That doesn't work that way. That, yeah.
Yeah, it's spirits.
If they want to show themselves, they will.
Yeah. If they ask for help, they will do everything they can to do what they have to do to get help.
If they feel invaded, they'll let you know that just as well.
Especially if they lived there all their life, and you come in and they're looking at you like, what are you doing here? You're not
This is
welcome.
my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why when we walk into a door, the first thing I say is, may I come in? If I'm not allowed to come in, knock on the wall 3 times.
Mhm.
And then the owner of the house goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting permission before I do anything else.
Yeah. But this house, it's a comfortable feeling.
Homey
It's
house.
very homey, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what she had. I think that's why this was her house. And I guess she decided to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force her to go into the light if she doesn't
No.
want to.
And she realized that you're keeping it the same way she wants it.
Yeah.
Oh, different ways though, but she understood good.
different furniture, but it's kept neat, it's kept clean.
And then she's realizing that you're not that person that she thought when somebody else moves in here, so she's accepted you and enjoying living with you.
Well, I found I had the most activity when I was renting the upstairs. I was renting the bedroom. And my bedroom was in the basement, but I was renting each bedroom. And a couple of times I got iffy people, and you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And every time something was happening in the house.
Because she's warning you that they're not good people.
Exactly, exactly.
See, that's why.
She did not approve.
Yeah, that's why I love spirits, because they see the good and the bad no matter.
Like my housemate, I rent the entire upstairs now, the four rooms and private bathroom. So he has his own kitchen, his own living room,
Oh,
bedroom,
that's nice.
bathroom. So, he keeps it pretty spotless. He pays his rent on time, and he's quiet, which is exactly what she likes.
Yeah. And what everybody else likes to do, they don't like noisy neighbors. And spirits are very fussy too. Once you get to know what their do's and don'ts.
Well, the thing I think is funny now is I felt it one time when I was in the kitchen. I felt something like a breeze come through the wall of the kitchen. And then I realized where he put, the kitchen used to be just right there, but then he made it into an L shape because she had her bedroom and she had a separate little room where she had her little porta potty and her clothes and stuff. Well, that room, he knocked down one wall, closed off the doorway, and put in the kitchen in there. And where I felt the breeze was right exactly where the doorway used to be. And this proves that a lot of people said, you know, how can ghosts go through walls? It's because they are following a route they know.
Yeah.
There used to be a door there, they're going to go through it.
And what I get a kick out of it, when they put salt in the doorways, there's many passageways for a spirit to go through.
They can go right through a wall, they can bypass the door.
Yeah. Salt does not do anything for them. It just pisses them off.
One thing, well, what I did is like, I put salt in the window, on the window frames, because I was leaning towards the door.
Yeah.
So it couldn't go out the window and then suddenly come back in when I was in the mood.
Yeah.
And then I blessed each window. And then I have St. Michael medallions, and we put one on each of the four corners of the house to protect the entire house.
That's a good idea. Instead of putting salt. And the medallion's a lot better.
Well, also works the same way. It's like salt or holy water across the top of the door.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They're not going to go in.
No.
If the house is original, well, then they won't be going through walls.
No. But half the time when people buy a house, they redo it. Spirits get upset because they're still living in there and they don't want to be changed because they don't like it.
Well, this house was built in 1909.
It's an old house.
You can tell by the radiators.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I had to move out for a year because the landlord totally renovated the house. We put in the new kitchen, closed off that door and the office.
She wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, and redid the entire, from roof to basement, everything. And obviously, she's pleased, except she don't like that one doorway being blocked
Yeah.
off.
For some reason, that's her easy cold to get in there.
Well, what it was, there was a doorway from the dining room into it, and there was a archway to go into the kitchen.
And they got the archway still there, or they got blocked off?
The archway, all he did was just take it away completely, so that's still open as it was.
Yeah.
Only it's open to the ceiling, but he closed off the door.
She's probably not very happy with that.
I think she's used to it now.
She's still going through the walls also.
I think she just goes through this way now.
You hear any activity at night when you're
Oh, God, yes.
by yourself?
If I'm by myself, yeah. Especially if they're sound asleep on the bed, and the house is just so quiet, then I'd be sitting there and I'm hear somebody walking around on this floor.
something upstairs?
I don't hear when he's walking around, she never went upstairs.
Yeah.
I think even when she was younger and she had the kids, the upstairs was the kids' bedrooms.
And she stayed down here.
Mhm.
Well, that's pretty good too. I would be, most people would be scared by now when they hear footsteps by themselves.
I'm used to it now.
Yeah. It's not a bad
And I
thing.
know it's not the housemate, because when he's in, I just hear up the stairs he goes.
Yeah.
He comes in the front door and up the stairs, so it's like, no, this one is walking right over from my bedroom, which is under the kitchen, and you hear somebody walking around in the kitchen. She must have cooked.
Did you smell anything cooking once in a
Oh,
while?
I smelled stuff, yeah. And I got enough to check to see, make sure that I didn't just leave something on.
That's a good thing. 'Cause sometimes you might, never know.
And so far I never have left anything on.
And you get that good smell.
Oh, yeah.
Does she have a lot of bacon smell in the wintertime?
Oh, Christmas time.
You can smell the bacon
The
stuff?
baking.
Oh, man, that makes me
At
hungry.
home, I've smelled, which is one of my favorite smells anyway, but homemade bread.
Oh, yeah, that's the best smell.
Well, I don't make my own bread, so why would that smell be in the house?
That would be the smell of bringing back, you know, when kids are, hey, you two.
So she's the boss.
That'd be like, my mom used to bake homemade stuff at Christmas time, bread, cookies, pies, cake, everything.
And I had all that, I had an apartment, and stuff was happening all the time. And I said, hey, when will this start? And she said, well, when my daughter moved back in. And I just turned and looked at her, at the daughter, and walked over to the daughter, had the meter in my hand, and it went full.
Oh,
So something was attached to her, so I
Yeah.
had to bless her. Because something was attached to her and she brought it into the house, into the apartment.
yeah. That's a lot of, yeah, anybody can bring anything into the house.
Oh, yeah, that's why I do a prayer just before we leave any site, because don't want anything attached and coming home with me.
No,
Relax now. Relax. Thank you.
lay down. Lay down,
She said, "Pet me."
lay down there. Well, this has been exciting, this interview.
It's been interesting. Thing is, I'm looking forward, I've got everything backwards on tape and on my computer. I've got two towers, so one tower's full.
Sound like me and my little storage containers of 2 terabytes.
So I got a new tower, so I've got new stuff on there. And so I'm not worried, if I want to look back and have the memories, wonderful. But I'm looking forward to new adventures, to helping souls move on.
Well, we'll be getting that new adventures coming up, because we're going on Thursday to redo my game cameras, because we had problems. Well, we don't know what we had on those.
And also, a lot of people, because they have problems in their head, on their mind. So, counseling is very, very important.
Yeah,
And I'm thrilled the fact that we're going to have a place to begin counseling.
yeah, we'll restart counseling service, check our website. We will be counseling people with paranormal experience, children counseling, and spirit guidance counseling. If you ever want us to counsel you guys, just check our website, phone number's up there, make a call, make an appointment, and we'll go from there. And then we'll see how everything works out. And there's a lot of people in Manitoba's looking for places to talk. We're the people you can talk to.
Absolutely. And the thing is, for your nonprofit, if you want to make a donation, wonderful. If you can't afford it and you need somebody to talk to, we're not going to turn you away.
You know, that's what front of my website said, no call for help was
Oh, there you go.
rejected.
We think alike.
Yeah.
It's like, I look at you more of a partner than just because I had my own team. And I'm inviting all of my team to join you
Yeah.
now.
You're such a big. Yeah, the counseling service I decided to start because I've done a lot of counseling at Tim Hortons. People call me up on the phone just to talk. So we're gonna start counseling, and if we think the house, something's wrong with the house, we'll do a free investigation with you. So that way we can help you out better situation in your life, so you can relax, enjoy your life, we'll tell you what's wrong. To the best of our knowledge, nobody knows everything in the spirit world, so what we know is by experience only, and what we'll tell you is the truth, no lies. We won't bull crap yet. Because a lot of places will tell you a bunch of crap.
Well,
Make you
they
feel
right
stupid.
away sense, you're not always gonna sense something. Some houses are just houses. They're settling,
Yeah,
there's always a reason. But other houses go way beyond that.
we have a few people on the team that has gifts. And they're starting to use them more because they're afraid to use them, because back in the day when they had them, they were made fun of.
Never.
So,
Also,
they're
we
starting to use
also,
their gifts more.
we are looking for a psychic,
I had one,
but we need a new one.
yeah.
So, anybody out there,
I got 2 on standby.
good. Because that's the only thing I could not get for my group was a psychic.
I got the one from the Hamilton House.
All right.
She said anytime when she wants, need her on investigation, she'll come. I got my friend that we did the last paranormal discussion, she'll come too.
Okay, good, good, good.
But there are 2 different psychics.
Mhm.
Some talk to the dead, some will tell you what the dead are doing.
Yeah.
So, and
They can see them,
yeah, but
but not hear
she
them.
gets a little nervous when she's out of her comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I always make sure.
Like the sixth sense,
Yeah.
I talk to dead people.
And the other one, she doesn't care. She's adventurous.
See, with me, I go into a place and I'll touch something and I can sense.
And the one we had, she was a young girl. She started to develop her psychic ability, and she got very sick. And I'm hoping she'll come back.
But a lot of people claim to be, just so they can be in the limelight.
Yeah, but I test them out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if I take them to a house and I don't tell people what's going on in the house, stuff happens, then I know they're telling the truth. If they don't pick anything up, then I know they're not a good psychic. And I know the one is a good psychic because she's on her TV show we did, Ghost Kitchen. She picked up a lot of stuff at the Seven Oaks Museum house. And she was talking and talking to them like crazy. And I knew they were there because I sensed them talking to her. And I even said stuff to her that she got out of her boundary and she got a little scared. And
Well, we have a lot of things coming up, a lot of activities coming up, so like, stay tuned.
yeah, you'll miss out if you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel or watch our website. All I gotta say right now, and we're gonna end the conversation with, if you wanna be on this show, call me. Go to my website, it's vipteam1.com. You'll see where it says chat. Give me your name, phone number, and we'll call you. Or you can call us with our phone number. If you look on the paranormal discussion page, you'll see our phone number there.
Well, I'm glad to be part of the group.
I'm glad you're on the team. I'm glad we did this with all you dogs, and people know
We're human.
that everything's fun.